Welcome one and all, I'm Keith, this is Game Please, and we're back in Fallout 4, Legends Only Live Once, our no healing permadeath survival run, with every enemy being a legendary that we can manage at the very least. Here at Nuka World, having completed Nuka World DLC last part, but we did take some damage along the way. Yes, we were able to get through setting up all the outposts and getting rid of Nisha, completing the Nuka World DLC, but then towards the end there, we rushed it a little bit and did not use Psychojet when we should have always used Psychojet, and took some damage from Nisha and her gang up top the power plant. So today, yes, we're already on the move. Nuka World power plant being activated once more means that we can use the red rocket as a settlement over here, and I did just want to break down a few bits of junk, make it a lot easier for us to deal with the logistics of the situation. But yes, besides that, another thing that I wanted to do in Nuka World, I was looking at the recipes that I had and the recipes that I figured might be a good idea, and I don't think that I'm going to be going after them. The main thing that I was considering was using the Nuka-Cola Darks to get Nuka-Cola Power, which I forgot was at the power station. It's in the name. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's worth it. 8 minutes of carry weight, it's just not good enough, I think. And instead, the Gazelle. The Gazelles, someone was kind enough in the comments to point out that if I could activate the Safari cloning to make the Gazelles, that's a whole lot of Gazelles that could turn into wonderful carry weight for me. So, oh, I've never actually... That's funny. I've never actually done it, so I give this to a operators or the pack. Let's give it to the operators.
Damn,
Okay, so yes, the people over here like me very much. That's good to see. I'll just break these things down into the various components. A lot lighter that way. No power armor for me, so no power armor for anyone else. Did I say you could sit? Well, apparently I can't tell you not to sit because I can't break it down. Okay, with our little red rocket station over here set up, we can drop some junk in there if we need anything back in the Commonwealth. At those raider bases, should pretty much have access to everything there. Let's go by a few of our hauls from various parks, see exactly what we're getting out of this. And looks like the operators are holding out on me when it comes to their caps. They only gave me 17. That's pretty pathetic. A little bit of a shame. I would really like to start picking up more caps again because we are incredibly low when it comes to that sort of thing. And so yeah, the Safari Zone is something I wouldn't mind taking a look at. So someone in the comments was able to point out to me that I missed out on a bunch of Gazelles. The Gazelles are a good thing. The 25 carry weight does stack with the Rad Stags. So just some Bromeluf. And more Bromeluf and just a whole lot of Bromeluf. Okay. I'm going to assume the worst. So let's just back off until we can take them out. Take them out. Take you out. Take you out. Okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Psychojet. Well, actually, yeah, definitely Psychojet. It's not just Jet. Pick up all of the Brahmin meat. Honestly, this is not that bad. We'll be able to take this and potentially just turn it into food that we sell, because that's actually a pretty good weight to value, selling big, huge ribeye steaks. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? No? Didn't think so. Okay, we've got pack, and they should be hostile to anything that's hostile to me. So yes, the cloning facility, turning on this machine and actually getting the Gazelle out. Let's take a look at this. Apparently the pack also like to hold on to their caps. We only have 18 here. That is really quite pathetic, guys. So it is nice just kind of slowing down, getting a chance to do some looting, because yeah, we have really gone through a lot of resources and a lot of caps, a whole lot of caps that we need to start building back up, I think is a good idea. So do we just say, make me some Gazelles? Okay, let's just go with the continue Hopefully it doesn't spit out death claws next. Okay, good. Exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, thank you for the comment there. The 25 capacity increase is definitely going to be useful. Anyone else see that? I think I'm the only one that saw that. No one else is freaking out. Hopefully you guys saw that. Anyway, yeah, besides the people that are doing strange things while they're trying to sit, let's get through... Yeah, we got Gazelle in the park. You guys can go down as long as I can hit you. Wasting a lot of bullets here. Get over. And just go through, loot things up. Be on your guard. There's still a bunch of bugs and rats and various things that I did not clear out of this particular park. So yeah, we need to make sure that we're not taking things too lightly, but get as much of the gazelle steaks as possible, and we should be good. Gazelle over here. And there's definitely bugs down that way. Okay, my hidden brackets are shuffling a little bit. Is there something in here? Oh, yep, there's something in here. That was a tail. Just a couple rad rats. Okay, I'm just going to stand up and deal with them. And anything else? Looks like we're good. And some soldier ants. I'd honestly rather just be as safe as possible, but legendary enemies and their legendary gear, I think we should be good. They'll have to have a pretty tough time to get to me, I think. And there's always Psycho Jet. Is that really all of them? I feel like that's not really all of them. They usually spit out a flying ant swarm. Yep. There's the ant swarm. Okay, plenty of that shots. Faster, faster, faster. 95% chance has gone down horribly, apparently. 1, 2, one more, come on. 3. There's 3 of them, and 1 bullet takes care of the 3 ants. Makes perfect sense. Okay, let's rely on falling back and doing some psycho... Rads, why rads? Rads are the last thing that I want. What the heck? 332. We are 1 away from exactly a third, pretty much. Okay, sunk cost fallacy. I've already picked up the rads. I'm going to take a Rad-X and pick up whatever is right there. Just quick like. Grab it. Grab. Where the heck is the ant? Where is the ant? It's right there. And it's an auto game. Made me use a Rad-X. Made me pick up 3 rads, probably, maybe more. Made me use a Psycho Jet. Or a really, really useless legendary. Literally completely useless except for its armor capacity. Oh, wonderful. Another gazelle. Take my frustration out on that one. And more gazelle. Definitely get what we can, but we need to realize that getting rads is of the utmost importance to avoid. Really should have avoided the silly, silly ant that gave me a whole lot of nothing. Gazelle meat, carrying too much. I think I'm just going to take a psycho buff. This is a lot of gazelle meat that I'm picking up. We're at 22. That's looking pretty good. 1 psycho buff helps us out, and... there was a gazelle over here, right? I look away for 1 second and it drifts into the floor, probably. Another gazelle over here. More gazelle. And more gazelle. Yeah, definitely a good shout out there. The cloning the gazelles, this is a lot more than I expected. I don't remember exactly who, but Philip was in the name. So Philip, thank you. Okay, so I think as we're making our way back to the settlement that we set up just to drop off various bits and pieces, let's consider what's next. We need to figure out what we're going to be doing in the Commonwealth today. I think the important thing is to realize vertibirds are necessary to avoid as much of the rads from the glowing sea as possible, so we need to start moving towards the Brotherhood. We've already prepped ourselves to pretty much get a free ride from the police station to the Pridwin, and then from there we can go get some vertibird signal grenades. And also in that area, I think setting up county crossings as a raider base is pretty good. It will be decent enough to get to if we're over in the kind of east part of the map, over by the Brotherhood, the airport, the whatnot. Okay, deal with our water situation while we're here, then make our way back to Fizztop, and we'll figure out exactly what needs to come with us. And just going to stop by my other tribute chest and hopefully get more than 18 caps out of it. Ask and you shall receive 21 bottle caps. And let's see if the actual tribute chest is any better. 336 bottle caps, I guess that'll have to do. Okay, making all the gazelle steak up along with anything else that we've got going. A lot of stuff was stored back at the Red Rocket Station, so that's fine. Okay, as it turns out, there's a lot of junk here that I've just been sitting on. Okay, certainly not ideal, but we're going back to the Red Rocket Station and dropping off junk so we can have access to it in the Commonwealth. Back and forth, but this is the episode where we make everything come together for us in the Commonwealth and pretty much leave Nuka World for the last time, hopefully. I'll just throw all this junk into the workshop. The things I will take with me, though, the antifreeze bottle, pre-war money. Okay, apparently gazelle hide is 1 to 75 weight to value, and I haven't been picking it up whatsoever. That's a little bit of an oversight on my part. Okay, I've learned so much about Nuka World the past few parts, and some of it has been painful lessons. The others have been really interesting, fun lessons. That right there is a bit of a painful lesson. I'm not going to go back and loot all the gazelle. Let's move forward. We need this episode to get somewhere beyond Nuka World. I was about to put the auto stim leather left arm just in here, but it doesn't deserve that. There we go. Much better place for the auto stims. We can't sell any of these. They are great weight to value ratios, obviously, but yeah, not allowed to sell legendary weapons, obviously, because that would just make my cap situation way too easy this run. So I think we're going to store the really heavy hitters in case we, down the line, are interested in them. And I think I'm going to take a great Mentats just to start building my caps up again. Let's deal with all of this. Okay, with a little more caps and a whole lot less to carry around, let's be on our way out of Nuka World for real this time. We're pretty much as maxed out on our inventory as possible. The only thing that we've left of note are those 3 big ticket items and a few Nuka-Colas, along with most of our Assassin's armor, not the weapons though. We'll need those just to make sure that we can get back to the Commonwealth nice and safe. And I think the first stop is going to be over to Abernathy, talk to Shank, and figure out if we can get county crossings as the next raider base for us. I think, yeah, this is the end of going back and forth into and out of Nuka World. And yeah, there's plenty of quests still. That's fine. The Gauntlet quest to go take on someone who made it through the Gauntlet. By the way, why do they go through the Gauntlet? The Gauntlet is like death and destruction. This door right here is just open to the world. Yeah, it does not make sense. But going back to Nuka World is not going to be happening. And just like that, we are weary from lack of sleep. Let's take a Nuka-Cola free. And back in the Commonwealth. Finally. And we've dropped off the Assassin's Radium Rifle, free up some space for a few of these goodies that we'll be able to use in the future. Now let's go off to Abernathy, talk to Shank, get County Crossings as our next raider base, and from there, then head back to Diamond City.
A new outpost. I want to get one set up.
And since we are pretty low on caps, I think I do want to actually just wipe them out.
Get me a crew. That settlement's not gonna know what hit them.
They're kind of annoying sometimes. There was one run where they didn't want to talk to me about the ghoul problem, so yeah, this is payback for that. You brought it upon yourselves, County Crossings. Sorry.
Move in, kill everything in sight.
So I've dropped off just a few items. We're at 279 out of 290. We'll be able to go down one more rank of tiredness, overtired to weary. And then from there, yeah. Let's, do we get anything? We do get a jet. That is useful. Already I'm getting stuff out of the, being a raider boss a lot more than I otherwise would. So yes, next step, down the same road that is mostly safe, minus Rad Roach Kings and whatnot, over to Hangman's Alley, drop off some items there, and then we'll consolidate, head off to the police station, go to the Pridwin, pick up some things to do with the vertebrates there, and maybe over to County Crossings. Not quite sure how long everything's going to take, but yeah, we will need to prepare for some mutants, that is very much for sure. Now, I definitely need to avoid the fights. I am running on a single assassin's 10mm pistol, and I don't have really any armor except a little boost to my carry capacity with the left leg there. And yeah, I don't want to use any weapons, especially ones that, you know, are not kitted out yet. They're probably powerful, but not as powerful as they should be. And if I use them as soon as I sleep, which will be here shortly, I will lose access to them, and that would be a dang shame. So yes, yeah, avoid the Roach King. Don't mess with him if you can avoid it. Luckily, it's still pretty early in the day. I'm going to avoid the raiders consistently. Over at the wrecked boat over there, I forget what it's called, the Riptide maybe. And yeah, just go to Oberland Station, then sneak by Chaos Junction. And one thing of note, in between parts, I did re-enable the mod that replaces every single enemy with its legendary variant. So if there is a legendary variant that is now spawned into existence as we're going about, it should be, well, if there's anything spawned into existence, it should be its legendary variant. So yes, I've left the other one on, so any enemies that would otherwise not have been replaced if they, you know, were from a DLC or something like that, those ones, they are not replaced. They are simply made 100% chance. Hopefully there's no issues with the mod doubling up. If so, we'll... I saw that, Carrots. You thought you could pull a fast one on me. That was kind of strange. Actually, not store things here. Just in case I turn this into something supplying my main base, I'm going to just keep storing things over here. And now I'm second-guessing that even. I might need to turn this one into an off-limits bureau. And this one is going to be where I keep things that I want to use later. Yeah, let's do that. 10 of the gazelle steak in there. That way we have some room for a few things. The rad stag.
Seems to be growing well.
And orange mentats are wonderful. As is some adhesive. It's getting pretty bright over here at the Chaos Junction. Got to be careful over here. And I would like to avoid using any more chems because, yeah, my disease risk pool is probably still not recovered very much from keeping it up as much as I am. Vertibird. Vertibird's fine. Vertibird is I realize I might have made a mistake. The vertibirds... This is something I didn't really consider until now. The vertibirds, piloted by the Brotherhood, are not friendly with my raider friends. And they're taking fire from my raider friends, and whoever else has a missile. We gotta go. We have to get out of here. Okay, vertibird's going down. And exploding. Okay, so we have issues. Vertibirds will literally be attacking my raider settlements. Not something I really thought about until just now. Adding to the chaos because I will like to, you know, work at my raider settlements. And, oh, this is This has gotten complicated all of a sudden. Okay, a little bit of calculus I'll have to throw into the mix. We will have to see just how that plays out, but I'm pretty sure I can make my settlements safe enough that even though they're not, attacking me, their vertibirds getting blown up will not actually be able to land on me. I think that's a reasonable assumption. I'm suddenly a lot more worried than I was about 2 minutes ago. Okay, nice and safe in Diamond City at the very least. Maybe I will keep this as my home plate, quite literally. And yeah, work on armor, weapons here. And I'll level up just from making up the random bits and pieces of meat that I've got sitting around. And we finally have a use for some Mutant Slayer stuff. And yeah, I think it is going to be useful. Show No Mercy is something that I do a lot earlier than I am doing now. And I am not going to take it lightly. The super mutants there might be just a bit more than I'm expecting. So yeah, we'll be using all of these. And that leaves a left leg. So we'll go with that. The cunning, a little extra agility is useful. Now, I think there was a ad hoc rule where I would use less weapons going forward. And Jamie Mahoney in the comments was pointing out that, yeah, it could make things a little more interesting. I've been pretty good just to use only 1 or 2 weapons because I don't want to, use them and then end up having to drop them when they weren't getting used. So we'll probably stick to 2 weapons regardless, but we might make that a hard, fast rule. I'll have to think about it, though. I think it might be a good idea just to take the 10mm for internally. The ability to just put ourselves in vats and make sure that we're nice and safe with the Mutant Slayers is probably the best idea. For the plasma, we'll just hold on to that. Having the Mutant Slayers prefix on that, we'll be able to use that maybe, but just having access to a plasma gun, that will be useful later, I believe, just as a backup in case we need it. But it's not just mutants we're going to be doing in the area. We need to be prepared for other things. 10mm by itself is decent, and I think not going too crazy, just going for the junkies. Maybe just going with the pipe bolt action pistol for now. And we went to go grab the Assassin's Advanced 10mm because I forgot to take the actual mods off of it. But yeah, a definite lack of screws when it comes to our modifications, which makes it so pretty much everything is out of bounds when it comes to our junkies. Does Arturo sell gears and screws? I'm not quite sure. He does sell screws. 1,117 for 25. That's a steep price, but I think I'm going to do it. But we are going to get rid of a whole lot of random bullets that we don't need. Perfect. It's good to have the Scrounger perk. That is a whole lot of bullets that I just get to sit on constantly. Okay, back to making the junkies something worthwhile. 50 caliber, long finned barrel, recoil compensating. When it comes to usability, let's just go for long recon scope. I'm either going to be jetting and being able to move around pretty effectively, hopefully. And the short recon scope, as we saw with Nisha, I want to actually be able to hit my shots, and short is just not going to do it when the moment counts. So long it is. And of course, a suppressor. Okay, everything needs to be stored as mods in this weapon workbench. Okay, we've got the Junkies 50 caliber and the Mutant Slayers. And for our armor, we are able to get a little bit of upgrades in Muffled and Shadowed, but not everything, unfortunately. I think we need a little bit more water, so let's grab some. And this should be the last that we need. We'll be able to then sleep and head off to the police station and finally get going with some actual progress this episode. We've just been running around dealing with logistics, unfortunately. So yeah, 8 hours should be fine, as long as we don't have insomnia. Yep, just parasites, which is a little annoying. And we picked up lethargy. Well, that's pretty annoying. A whole lot of stuff up there, Red Rocket and whatnot, sending stuff to Nuka World. I don't want to go back to Nuka World. I want to just stay in the Commonwealth. So the Assassins gets to go away, and yeah, with this new sleep cycle started, let's get to going. Okay, we are prepared for a long venture out into the Commonwealth, but yeah. The thing we need to keep in mind is everything that is over on the east side of the map is ready. We have to go to the Pridwin, we have to clear out county crossings, get the vertibird signal grenades, also things like Good Neighbor, talking to Amari. Yeah, anything else that piques our fancy, that part of Boston should be hopefully fine. And there's only 12 bullets in my clip right now, so there's an issue. Why do you only have a standard magazine gun? Why? There we go. Should be fine. Round 2. Well, I like the pick-me-up stations, that's for sure. I wanted to take a look at exactly where we are with our junk over here. Now, gears at 53, screws at 62. Apparently, yeah, we have plenty of stuff elsewhere. We even have some adhesive. So, yeah, maybe we should just be doing some work on weapons here if we need to. Okay, I'm actually going to cross the bridge for once and make it to the police station. Yes, the USS Riptide. First time that we've actually discovered the location. And I'm not seeing anything over here. Let's take a look at loot. So we've got legendary ghouls that have spawned in over here. I might just take these and store them at the police station, even though they're not great. Cloaking leather, duelists, yeah, definitely not great, but that's fine. Now it's 10:24 p.m. I think that doing the vertibird ride at night is probably a good idea, because we have to be careful. We can't use the minigun in the vertibird, and we do not have a lot of damage resistance.
Gonna be a quick war with that thing on our side.
That's the plan. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going for a little ride.
So we definitely need to limit the potential for incoming fire. I definitely need to make myself as light as possible for what we're going to be doing over at the Pridwin, but yeah, just grabbing random stuff while we're here. And so yeah, this ride, we can't use the minigun. It's not a legendary weapon that's just randomly spawned, unfortunately. And yeah, we can't really mitigate damage. We need to be a little bit lucky when it comes to these flights. If I start getting bullets tossed at me, I'll probably have to take a Med-X or potentially a Stealth Boy if I know I'm going to go over hostile areas. That can be useful, but we only have the one raider base that's going to be really clearly on our path, so hopefully we're fine. And, oh shoot, we've got bullets headed towards us. I should have cleared out this area beforehand. Okay, it looks like it was just the one that wanted to try to pick a fight with the vertibird. So no damage from the raiders, thankfully. Yeah, I'll definitely have to clear that place out if I'm doing any flying towards the Pridwin from the police station again, at least. And one thing that I have to be very careful of is I'm not in power armor. I don't like being on the Pridwin without power armor.
So, you're the one Paladin Danse has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Agreed. I'm in a vault suit.
Looks can be deceiving.
Start the speech, and then walk away and start looting.
I thought I ordered you to attend the address.
Yeah, you did, but it got a little boring. They're still going. This is taking forever.
As a species. Once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
Okay, we are going to speed through the Pridwin. It's just going to be montage time with a bunch of loot, a bunch of talking. So Paladin Danse, let's kick things off.
Got a lot of work ahead of us, brother.
Let's take the workstation over at the airport. And just need a little bit of steel to get something quite useful in the form of unlimited drinking water. Not really sure why they had such an issue in the frickin' Capital Wasteland when all you needed was 3 steel to get unlimited clean drinking water, but yeah, let's get on our way to Fort Strong. Now, obviously, it would be suicide to take a vertebrate where we can't use the minigun against the super mutants, and it doesn't really land until you've actually, done a few passes at the super mutants. So, yes, we are going to do the traditional method in a YOLO run, and simply walk by the racetrack and get to Super Mutant Central over at Fort Strong the safe way. And so we've got the XO1 power armor over here. It's not even really a good weight to value. Yeah, I'll just leave it here. If I do need to sell something to Tegan, this is at least close by. So, we're at Fort Strong, and at least it's kind of dark, kind of rainy. We're dealing with 6:34 a.m., and we have no adrenaline whatsoever, nothing when it comes to boosts or anything, and that way we'll be able to take a quick look at some super mutants, see where we're at. Okay, so the mod is working, or the mods, I'm not quite sure which is doing which at this point. And headshots are not quite doing it, because we're dealing with a lot of masters. Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise. Okay, headshots are going to do it actually, if we're having them close enough. But I definitely want to be far away when I start instigating the fight. So let's actually do a little bit of chems and get rid of the psycho addiction, the jet addiction, I think. And if we can manage it, get as many of them marked up as possible. Which is quite a few. This is a dangerous enough area. I think we might want Calmex Silk. I'll hold off on it just a little bit. Let's take jet fuel. Let's take a psycho buff. Okay, looking a little better, I was going to say, until it really didn't actually do a whole lot. Well, we'll just have to fall back, play things nice and safely. These are masters, and we do not want to push our luck when it comes to these guys. One headshot, and then flee, 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 and then flee some more. They are super aggressive. They're more approaching robots in how much they just go after you. We're not going to hide behind that pillar and let them cross the bridge. We are going to flee even further than we normally do. Yeah, they move up so aggressively. They get to the area that we were without even batting an eye. And we do have to walk by this little flamey barrel thing. Definitely dangerous. Now, if we can at least get them down to half health and then pull them. There's so many of them. Now, we can start pulling them maybe across the bridge a little bit, but this is dangerous. Masters over here at Fort Strong is not what I wanted to see. Because we're going to only get them to mutate, and then from there, yeah, this will be tough. I probably should have brought more 50 caliber. So many super mutants. This might take a while. I guess there is the bonus damage with riflemen. And I think it is a good idea. If we can just barely get enough damage to get them in one shot, we don't have to deal with them mutating. One bullet is much better than using 3 bullets, so let's go with that. And yeah, headshots are doing a lot better. Take him down and flee, but at least we don't have to get much closer. And a headshot for you. And a headshot for you. Another headshot. Complete miss. And headshot. Another headshot. Didn't quite do it. But at least he had already mutated. He's coming across the bridge, so I'm actually just going to take him out. And so is the other one. He is coming up on me really quickly. Let's fall back even further. Okay, headshot for the go-getter, and it was a miss. Problem is, they are very effective at hiding their heads. So let's just, again, miss. That's unfortunate. Okay, try again. Okay. I need to stop trying. This is a bit ridiculous. And eventually I'll be able to pull them all the way over to these settlers over here. Or Hagen Beach or whatever. That one has a Gauss rifle. He's holding a Gauss rifle. Okay. That's a little bit tempting there. What am I saying? That's very tempting. I've been waiting for a Gauss rifle for, 20-some levels or something. Okay, not quite sure if it's 5th or 6th time is the charm, but please be the charm. And it was not. Just a shot in the back. Pissed him off. Okay, I think I'm going to follow these two until they turn ever so slightly left, and then maybe I can get a headshot, because this is getting a bit ridiculous. But our first legendary has a fortifying synth chest piece. Weight of 12, plus 1 strength. I just don't see that as being useful. I guess the damage resistance is there. I'll hold on to it and probably pile it somewhere else. That is just not great. Okay, hopefully get a clearer headshot. And it was just another body shot. You're just gonna go down now. What? What? Someone's shooting Gauss rifles. Well, I mean, I know who's shooting the Gauss rifle. Okay, this is actually kind of horrible. Headshot. Don't fail. Okay. He took blind fires. Definitely taking blind fires at me. And Secure Fort Strong. I thought we had plenty more super mutants, or was that just the behemoth that we still have to do? Oh, game. Of all the frickin' Gauss rifles you give me a Poisoner's. A Poisoner's Gauss rifle. And a Wounding Sledgehammer. Did you pick that up from someone else? Well, one way or another, we're going to take the Gauss rifle because even with the Poisoner's prefix on there, that is pretty frickin' amazing. Wondering if he had the Gauss rifle or if he had... No, he definitely didn't have the Gauss rifle to start. And over here we have Auto Stim, not even going to bother. Exterminators, might as well, just in case. Staggering Combat Shotgun, that's actually kind of fun. Now we shouldn't see a legendary behemoth, because behemoths can't be legendary, is how I understand it. And yeah. Turns out they can't be. Okay, Sentinel's Tire Iron. Who is the legendary? Probably that one. Or one of these guys. I've been killing a lot of super mutants, apparently. Yeah, you don't have anything, so you must have had the Gauss rifle. Lucky you. Okay, this bodes well for internally, because I'm going to have to take many, 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 many more shots than I was expecting. But first we have to even get inside. How's the head do? I could just take a critical right now. Let's take a Calmex Silk. We do not want to mess around. And that allows us to have a nice, easy time with the headshot on the behemoth. Now let's get indoors and deal with the Super Mutant Masters with a 10mm pistol. Easy peasy. Oh, this is going to be brutal, isn't it? I'm going to just take an orange Mentats right now. I do not like my chances in here.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off.
Well, for once, my legs are not going to be ripped clean off because I am not wearing power armor, which actually does not make me feel any better. Yeah, we're doing a lot better with the shots when it comes to taking down the super mutants with a 10mm, but we are going to need to hit the head. We're going to take multiple shots and just try to hit the head. Otherwise, we're going to make them regenerate with body shots, and that's just going to be problematic. Be a Barry Mentats is actually in order. Okay, there we go. Okay, I thought the headshot was going to do it. This is problematic. If he opens up the door, I am just going to unload onto him. Okay. A headshot said it was going to do it, but didn't.
I'm hungry.
I mean, it says you're supposed to go down. There we go. So we got one.
Anything's better than bugs. Not food.
And Psycho Buff, Jet Fuel have both worn off, unfortunately. If they open the door, I will take a Psycho Jet.
Wanted to fight.
All better now. And we are looking decent. We can probably make it our way over here.
Yes, we should move west.
Agility should be high enough. You had a Cavaliers. Someone probably grabbed your wonderful weapon. Oh. Oh, nope. Not messing around with that. Or you. Okay. Yeah, I knew that there would be one around the corner at some point. Just take the Psycho Jet when you need to. And while we have the shot lined up, you can go down as well. Clear him out. Clear him out.
What's that?
One's going a little pissed off, and that's fine. We'll let them chill out. Keep an eye on where they are.
Human.
Unyielding. Yes, please.
For you.
Rad powered, not that bad these days. Yeah, between the ridiculous sneak attack multiplier, Psycho Jet, slow time, everything. A 10mm with a 50% damage boost to super mutants is just barely doing it. Oh. Headshot. Okay. And my agility, along with the Calmex Silk. Pretty freaking good. Oh. Nope. Oh, multiple shots. Just, and get out of here. Running. Caution is fine. Definitely don't want to mess around. Super mutants are aggressive. Master, a headshot will do it. If you don't move too much, I will gladly help you out with that headshot.
No blood to spill today.
Yeah, no blood. Surrounded by your dead friends. And just... Okay, that didn't work whatsoever. I mean, I did hit him, but it didn't get the kill. Yeah, I don't like it. I really don't like it. Just 2 quick shots or... Okay, he's not facing us. 2 quick shots. Okay, let's see what they had. Focused overcharge, that's normal. Instigating 10mm is actually amazing. That is going to be very useful at some point. Lucky, pack, something or another. I am already over encumbered. I mean, I've got my Psycho buff. That's unfortunate. Okay, now we have both the Gazelle Steak and the Grilled Rad Stag to help us out. So, carry weight is nice and dealt with. Yeah, let's maybe start well, saying no to things like enraging rolling pin, of course. But yeah, we need to start dropping off some various bits and pieces. Now, I don't know if this place gets reset at any point, but what we'll do is, I think, get rid of fortifying synth chest piece, 12 weight for plus 10 strength. It's only going to ever come into effect if we're trying to offset that weight and get some damage resistance. Very unlikely. And 6 weight for plus 2 luck. I don't see us using that. Drop the fusion core, just a bit too heavy. 1 to 20s are just not quite good enough, so drop those as well. And definitely not. Okay, U.S. Covert Operations Manual. Very useful there. Get some more sneak out of the situation because, yeah, we definitely need to be as sneaky as possible. We are getting higher and higher levels, and, yeah, the enemies become more and more dangerous. And we don't get to just, you know, wear exactly whatever we want or use whatever guns we want. We have to be very strategic when we're planning out exactly what we're using. So I think we're ready for downstairs, clearing out the last of the mutants. So one thing about the strategy when it comes to this run, we are already quite a high level and we've got quite a bit of game in front of us. We could be going to locations and activating the locations, getting everyone spawned in at a lower level, but we've kind of missed our chance. We're already facing masters, and they are dropping some amazing weapons, but yeah, what we need to be doing is just getting through them somehow, rather than thinking about, would we be able to have gone here earlier and potentially gotten a few of the enemies dealt with as spawning them at lower levels, but then down here they would have definitely been masters. So yeah, just take the headshots and a level up. We're just going to get more and more level ups, everyone being a legendary ×3 experience. I can only imagine how bad it would be for us to have taken Idiot Savant. We would have over-leveled very quickly, and we would have lost our ability to continue increasing our damage, and that would have been really problematic. There's another one right there. I might just take a Psycho Jet for all of these guys. And silence for all of this. Anyone else? Surely there's someone else. Jet's still just doing jet things. Oh, we've got pips on the last two, so let's just be careful and... Oh, shoot him quickly. Okay. That went decently. Not amazingly, just decently. Could have been a lot worse. Let's wait for him to show himself. Surely he wants to pop out. There we go. Body shot. Does the trick. I think that is everyone. Okay. Let's just talk to Dance quick. Like, I don't want him looting any of these wonderful legendaries.
Paladin Dance.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
No, I just want vertibird signal grenades. Dismissed. And even though I dismissed him to the airport... But yeah, let's get some Rad-X and do a quick little bit of looting. We're dehydrated, whatnot. And yeah, we've got some loot. Hopefully some good explosive. I do love explosives, but I feel like the harpoon gun is not applicable to a good explosive weapon, so we will pass on that. The mutant hound, poisoners, let's not. A little bit of rads, but it is worth it for a blazing power fist. I will say no to. A never-ending Western revolver. It's a good damage. I'll give it that. It's a .44, 202 damage. I'll hold on to it, but yeah, I don't know about that one. We've got Defiant. I mean, it's a lever action. I keep on saying I'm not a fan of the lever action. Really wish I could be selling these, but nope. it would make the game way too easy. And... oh, you are just a super mutant skirmisher. I guess it's because you had the missile launcher. You needed to be very specifically programmed to be just that specific super mutant skirmisher. Yeah, no. Not gonna take the charged machete. Even though I just took it. Okay, this place is full of mini nukes, and mini nukes are not really something that I see myself using. There is a little bit of other loot in here. I will do that and then head on outside. So, Fort Strong completed without incident. It was a little worrying to see Super Mutant Masters over here. Not what I'm used to, obviously, but with enough damage from my 10mm and crappy bolt action junkies. Yeah, the 308 rifle and the 10mm were doing just enough. I think what we need to do, run back to Boston Airport, and we'll drop off a bunch of stuff there. But I think we're going to then stay in the neighborhood, but that's going to be for later. I think Dance is just taking on the local wildlife, because of course Dance is. Just how he lives and breathes, I suppose. But yeah, there goes Calmex Silk, and I think we are going to be looking at a few different things next part. There are some sneak magazines in the area, and today the sneak was what really carried me. I was able to pretty much stay in hidden, even internally, with the help of a lot of boosted agility there, and get some sneak attacks, which we're going to pretty much rely on for the remainder of the run. If I wasn't getting sneak attacks, you could see that that 10mm was not really doing a whole lot. It would have taken 5, 6, 7 shots, even just to finish a single Super Mutant Master. But that's not even considering the fact that they would regenerate halfway through. So we need to be relying on the sneak attacks. This might be the very first... I'm not quite sure. I might have never taken Ninja before, except for, obviously, the Molo Kralonen run. Ninja and melee weapons is just so amazing, but for the rifles and pistols and whatnot, you can usually get enough damage out of them that you really don't need Ninja. But this might be the run where that is completely different, because legendaries, making sure they don't regenerate and whatnot. But yeah, definitely a good haul of stuff. We were able to recoup some of our 50 caliber, probably pick up more 10mm than we started with, and some really nice weapons. The instigating 10mm, the never-ending is interesting, and finally a Gauss rifle. We're still just stuck with these two weapons for now. The Junkies and the Mutant Slayers, 50 caliber and 10mm. Those should be useful, even against some higher level enemies. But yes, next time I think we're going to be going after some sneak magazines. We've got a lot in the area that we can go after. And then also, of course, county crossings right over there. But besides that, yes, Vertibird signal grenades are now ours. We'll pick those up as well. But that is definitely all for later. Until then, I have been Keith. This has been Game to Please with Fallout 4. Legends only live once. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, farewell.